Well, hello there, family and friends. How you doing? My name is Douglas Ford, and I'm coming to you today from my humble abode, right here from Texas, by way of Houston, to be specific. I'm actually working with Mr. LaDwan Pratt, and LaDwan reached out to me and asked me just to do a demonstration, a transparent demonstration, uh, talking about this incredible project that literally for the last 6.5 months now, we've been screaming from the rooftops. Okay, LaDwan has came on as of maybe a couple of months, and he's really seeing just the magnitude and the ingenious of this project in terms of anyone from any walk of life, no matter what your background is or whatever, whatever you've done in the past, whether success or whether, not, rather through failures or whatever, that literally anybody that's able to fog up a mirror can have sustainable, reliable cash flow, okay? Because what you're gonna see is that this project takes zero skill set, okay? Zero skill set is required in order to have cash flow coming in. And what we have done is that we are leveraging a cooperative crowd fund, if you would, okay? Now, I do want to I gotta state some things. I will be a little thorough, okay? And that's only because I'm a church boy myself, okay? Meaning that I was, I tell people all the time, it was the only time that I did drugs, okay? And what I mean about that, I'm not talking about narcotics, but I was raised by my grandparents, and both sides of my family had preachers, okay? And so when I say when I was on drugs, on Monday I was drugged to church. On Tuesday I was drugged to church. On Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I was drugged to church. And of course, on Saturday and Sunday, I was drugged to church again, okay? So not sure if you guys are familiar with any of these ministers, but I am actually the grandson of this gentleman, the Reverend Dr. Leon Ford, okay? My grandfather passed away in 2018, but yes, so his son is named Douglas, which is my name, okay, Douglas Ford. And on my maternal side, this is my grandfather. This is the gentleman that actually raised me. His name's Reverend Harvey. He pastored a church out in Stafford, Texas. He actually pastored two churches. I guess it was way before it was one church, multiple locations. He actually pastored two different churches, okay? So it's my passion to bring this project to worship centers and churches because I don't have to, educate you guys. You guys know the financial dilemma, the financial stress, the financial restrictions that people have when it comes to virtually having money, but at the same time, having cash flow, okay? Because cash flow is what we're talking about here, where it's that money that's coming in and out of people's lives and in and out of people's businesses, or even out of people's churches, charities, foundations, nonprofits, booster club, whatever people are needing or wanting to receive cash flow for, okay? Many of us are what we call cash flow poor, okay? Cash flow poor is when your monthly and annual expenses exceed the flow of cash flow that's coming in that doesn't require any work on your part for this money to come in and out of your operation or lives. Positive cash flow is when that same cash flow exceeds your monthly and annual expenses, okay? Now, I want to go on record and say, no, we're not a Ponzi. No, we're not a Susu. I'm not a loon, even though I know those things sort of hit many different churches and things, things of that nature. Talking about, we coming together and, bringing money in and getting this thing, off the ground and getting money into the hands of, many of those folks that need it. But then what happened was, because there wasn't the right infrastructure in place, it didn't have the right automation, and it was sort of relying upon, different people. It was sort of man-driven, and so therefore, things like that could typically get a little dicey. Well, what I'm talking to you about, pastors, it doesn't have any hands-on effort by men, okay, by man's hands. This is all automated. So we're literally generating cash flow the same way companies that you've heard about, like Cash App, Coinbase, PayPal, Venmo, Chime. But instead of we bringing our economic value to those companies where they don't share the cash flow with us, with this particular company, as we're doing the exact same thing, we're opening up digital accounts, but it's serving for all of us to receive ongoing residual cash flow, because the way the money, the way the infrastructure is being put in place, it's a cooperative effort that literally monetizes us coming together, which of course is a universal principle. As we always like to say, we are better together. So I got a lot of things queued up. I just want to make that brief introduction. But I want you to see, first of all, why this, I believe, is the greatest project on the planet for the masses. Because we know many people get invited to many different things. Now, I'm not casting any aspersions. I'm not, talking about or wanting to bring down any other industry or any other company for that matter. I've built and cut my teeth in the network marketing industry for 18 plus years, okay? And no, this is not network marketing, this is not MLM, as I mentioned, okay? But we do have some of the hallmarks in terms of we're just putting this information in front of people, okay? Because it is being word of mouth driven, okay? But remember what I said, zero skill set is required, okay? And nobody has to worry about their results being connected to being connected to if you have a certain skill set, skill sets of being able to sell or being able to close or being able to, build and galvanize teams. It doesn't require you to know a whole bunch of people. None of that, folks. We're simply just opening up an account, just like you already are possibly doing with Cash App or Venmo or PayPal or these other companies. It's just with those companies, you're not receiving the money, okay? They are, right? So let me share my screen here real quick. And I want to just go into the back office of our system here, okay? Because I want you to see the absolute certainty that takes place with this platform, okay? Where there's going to be no guesswork whatsoever in terms of all those that participate. There's not going to be any guesswork. There's not going to be any debate or anything in terms of if money is going to come to you or not. It is already programmed in the digital platform that any and every time accounts open, and also any and every time accounts open thereafter, even when you get involved, it's going to provide for you ongoing residual reliable cash flow that is unavoidable for you to receive. Now, I got to make a disclaimer, of course, okay? The information shared in this presentation is not considered as financial advice. It's for educational purposes. As members, we are not financial advisors. We are merely sharing our own personal experience with this incredible project, okay? Now, if I just go one step further here, I just want you to see the actual system that we have. So this is the system. It's called the Co-op Wallet. So again, just like on Cash App, we open up a digital wallet. Even with your own bank, you have a digital wallet, okay, that you are doing business with, doing serviceable transactions that you do with your bank. Here, I want to read this to you real quick. The Co-op Wallet is the world's first private Web 3.0 decentralized wallet that's allowing you to receive immediate residual income for your personal business or charitable affairs. You'll be able to send and receive money between other Co-op Wallet users, just like we're already doing with Cash App and those other wallets that I've already spoken of, PayPal, Venmo, etc. And you'll be able to withdraw your money daily. It's a cooperative crowdfund platform which empowers its members worldwide to receive daily royalty deposits for simply referring people to open a Co-op Wallet account. And here's the best part. It only takes completing just 2 simple steps that all one does ever, one time required. This is going to trigger ongoing residual cash flow that scales, okay, and immediately deposits into your Co-op Wallet or your Co-op bank. And with your account continuing to receive from every cash flow asset thereafter, okay? Now, I'm going to go inside because I've created a demonstration account for LeDuan, okay? Now, even though I'm using LeDwan's name, I want you to picture your name here, okay? Because you may be shared this video by someone that saw it first and wanted you to take a look at it, okay? But what I'm showing you happens for this demonstration account, literally is how it performs when it's real money, okay? So I'm gonna log in here. And this is how everyone's account's gonna start. First of all, I want you to see, this is LeDwan, okay? Now I literally do these demonstrations all the time because I like people to see just in their free account how instant the results come and how it's unavoidable for, okay, the results to come to you. Okay. So you see that it's zeros across the board. Now let me go down here. So right what I'm showing you is all that anybody's gonna be required to do. And they're only having to do it one time. So I'm gonna put in Pastor Scott, okay? And I'm just gonna create random information. I'm just creating an email address just for this demonstration. Okay, so I just want you to see, even with one account. So if I hit invite, remember the results are all at zeros. We're in LeDwan Pratt. So even though this is a demonstration account, it's gonna function just like a live account does, okay? Just like it. So this is gonna be as if I just opened up a digital bank in this system for Pastor Scott, okay? Pastor Scott is gonna have all the abilities of this system, just like I explained when I was reading over the details of this co-op bank, okay? But watch this. So when we do a contribution, everyone's doing a one-time contribution that I'm gonna get to later on the whiteboard, but I just want you to see that this is gonna happen every time. You notice his results of LeDwan went literally from 0 to 8750 and also 875 up here. That's how instant, that's how certain money's gonna come to you every time, okay, accounts open. Okay. Now, everyone's opening up just 3 that they're only required to do one time. Yes, we have some people open up a whole lot more, right? But I just want people to see, just with folks doing the bare minimum, that you're gonna receive instantly. There's not gonna be any guesswork. Okay, it's not gonna be any speculation. The moment you do it, the moment anyone does it, 100% of the time, okay, the result's gonna happen. Because it's already, like I said, it's programmed. It can't be changed, it can't be hacked, it can't be manipulated. It's gonna perform this way every single time, without fail. So everyone's doing 3, as I mentioned. So we're gonna do 2 more here. So that was Pastor Scott there. Now we're gonna add, let's do Roger. Let's do, because I was brought up by, I went to the church of Pastor Patterson, okay, at Mount Corinth. He was my boyhood pastor. Okay. And at coopcf.com. Okay. And we're going to do one more. Let's do Mount Corinth, because we get involved, churches can be involved. Nonprofits, foundations, charities, as I mentioned earlier. Mount Corinth Church. Okay. Mount Corinth Church at coopcf.com. Okay. Now, so again, as I hit invite, this is just as if LeDwan just opened up 2 more accounts that he is finished at this point. Okay, we have a 2-step process that everyone only is required to do one single time, folks. One time. What I love about that is when there's a low barrier of entry combined with a low barrier of execution, the question would be then, who is then not able to do it? everyone. And as you saw, every time that it is performed, what do you see that just happened to LeDwan's account? His money is going up. This is unavoidable to happen because, again, program into the system to function this way. This is why this is going to serve in everyone receiving cash flow, not just those that maybe started in the beginning, not just those that are at the top, which I'm going to get into why, okay? This is a solution for those that definitely, that have been a part of things, and you know those things require a certain level of skill set, which is the reason many times, okay, it doesn't work for the masses of folks because there's not many people. Matter of fact, I have a little photo here that I highlight because I brought this up because, again, I've been in the industry for 18 years. I know. And so this is the skill set many times that's required. It says right here, I got this from Google, so this is not me. The most important skills for network marketers to build: skill, leadership; skill, listening; skill, relationship building; skill, team building; skill, sales. And if you got to learn sales, excuse me, then you have to learn closing. Now, I'm not saying that we're not developing leaders, because we are. Okay, I'm not saying that we're not, growing people in different levels of personal development. We are. But the thing is, them receiving money and them receiving cash flow is not going to be predicated so much on having these personal developments, reading books all the time, listening to, positive information and tapes. Yes, that is going to be a part of it, but it's not going to be contingent upon anyone being able to be a part of this. All anyone's doing is just what I showed you. So I ask people, okay? There's two questions that I want you to ask as you're watching this. Number one is, does it work? Well, I just showed you when you just put in the first name, last name, email address, phone number, that's all required, 3 people's information. You're going to come up here and you're literally going to have money in your account. Now, the only part that I'm not going over is the contribution part of it, which I'm going to get to the board. I'm going to show you that in a second. So again, I was going to be thorough. I didn't want to bring no cavalier type video. I want to be thorough and as transparent. Because again, okay, I know the seriousness when I know of bringing things to leaders and pastors that are in churches and ministry work and things of that nature. Okay, so okay, I'm totally aware of that. Now I want to show you here. So I'm going to go to personal team. Okay. So the system logs everything. Everybody gets this whole entire operation system. But right now I'm going to go to Pastor Scott. Okay. I'm going to go to Pastor Scott. Now, I want us to recall, though, in LeDwan's account, LeDwan is at 2625 and 262.50. Please don't lose sight of that. LeDwan only has what is required for anybody ever to do is open up 3 digital accounts for 3 folks that are going to do the exact same thing. That's the 2 steps. That's the automation. The automation, okay, is something that we're not going to compromise on because we don't want to compromise it. Why? Because it's going to have everyone receiving instantly, and everyone that's been in prior, they're going to receive 2 every time a contribution is done and account opens from this day forward, no matter when, no matter where, because this is global, okay? So you'll literally, okay, as this thing and this network effect begins to grow and increase, you'll be receiving ongoing cash flow from people that you'll never meet and people that you'll never, ever, probably ever even see. Because why? Again, any and every time and all the time, accounts open up no matter where around the world, okay? As we are bringing this information to other churches, as we're bringing this information to nonprofits, as we're bringing this information to individuals, as we're bringing this information to different charities. I have a Salvation Army here in Houston, okay? One of their branches has already brought their annual branch, or not annual branch, but their branch that they receive before coming in here, over 650,000 annually from the same donors that donate there every year. And this is around their season when charities like that really receive money, because it's around Christmas time when a lot of people, love to give around this time, right? Well, he brought his Well, because he was a friend of mine back in high school, because I went to Eisenhower High School, and he brought his branch under here, and now we're actually in the middle of talking, bringing other branches because they're seeing the success of what's going on. So not only is the Salvation Army branch receiving ongoing cash flow, but those same actual donors that were donating every year after year, okay, they're also receiving cash flow too, just with being a donor because how the system functions. Okay, so I'm gonna copy Pastor Scott here. I'm gonna log in as LeDuan, okay? So I'm gonna log in here. I'm gonna take LeDuan out and put Pastor Scott in. Log in here. Now, just like LeDuan's account was before he opened up 3 accounts, his account was what? All zeros across the board. You seeing that? Pastor Scott is at the top. We're just gonna do the same thing. I want you to see everyone's just doing the same thing. Nothing different. Okay? Come down here. I'm gonna put in what we have. East St. Peter's. Okay? East St. Peter's. Just gonna create a random email address here at coopcf.com and create a phone number. Copy that. Now I'm just going to put in some random information here. Let's do Tom Brady. Tom Brady at coopcf.com. 123 123 1234. Okay. And last but not least, let's do a charity. Let's do Boys Growth, NonProfit, or we said charity. Okay. Boys Growth, charity at coopcf.com. Okay. Now, so right now, this is just as if Pastor Scott is opening up an account for East St. Peter's, put an S right there, and Tom Brady, okay, and Boys Growth Charity, okay? And the moment he hits invite, this is just as if he's activated those accounts. And even though this is not a real account, it's a demonstration account, it performs, and it's an exact replica of how an active account is going to perform. And when I come up here, folks, okay, you see it's saying potential results. It's saying potential because none of those people are active. Once we make them active by assigning them a token that has the value, okay, money's going to instantly be in your account. Instantly. You don't have to wait. See, when I mentioned that we're not like a blessing circle, we're not like a money flower, we're not like any of those things, because those things, first off, okay, they're not on a digital platform, okay? It's not something legitimate. It's just something that people, even with all great intents and purposes, okay, but the money had to be on rotation, meaning that you had to wait for a certain many of spots to come in, okay, before anyone started to receive money. So many people could be in for months and months or weeks and weeks and never received anything. See, that's not exciting. That's not moving. Okay, that's delayed gratification. Here, how fast did money come into anyone's account when they did this? Instantly. But not only that, watch this. Instantly and simultaneously as Pastor Scott was receiving this, let's go back to LeDuan's account. See, this is the ingenious right here. This is part of the ingenious right here. Is how automated this thing is, okay? So I'm going back to LeDuan. That account right there. Now remember, LeDuan was at what? He was at 26.25 and he was at 262.50. What is LeDuan is at now? This is gonna happen every single time. Now let me go to my board and I'm gonna come back because there's more accounts that I want to open because I want you to see This is going to perform every single time without fail. So let me go to the board here real quick. So what's literally happening is this, is that anytime there's a contribution, okay? When there's a contribution is we're going to open up the digital wallet, just putting in a person's first, last name, email address, and their phone number. We're doing 3 people's information. Those 3 people are going to be doing the exact same thing. So we only want to involve people that are going to do what? Cooperatively come together. Cooperatively come together. So there's a mindset that we want people, as you know, as we're moving forward, that you're coming together with the cooperative strategy of what we're doing. Okay? Now, so when this contribution is done, watch this. So let's say this was you in this example. Okay? When this is done and you gave this contribution and open up an account for, again, a church, a nonprofit, a charity, for an individual, it don't matter. This contribution is going to be split up and it's going to be distributed to 10 people prior. So the first person is going to be you, and then 9 others that were also prior to you. This is going to happen every single time, okay? So that's why when you saw me, when I opened up LeDwan's, so say this was LeDwan, right? LP. When he made the contribution, guess what? It was like a rebate. Boom, he got money. Not only that, money's going to go to 10 people prior. Okay. It's awesome. Okay. So now it's not just one person that's going to receive. It's everybody. So let me draw this out. Okay. So let's say this was, this is you. Okay. And then let's say you brought in mom. And then let's say you, and then dad, okay? And then we have a co-worker or something. And we maybe have a church. And then we maybe have a church member. Church member, okay? Okay? Now, when you open up the 3 accounts, so everyone's just doing this, opening up 3 accounts one time that they're going to assign a token to. I'll get that to in a second. So when you did it, or well, let's say in this case it was LeDwan, right? When LeDwan did he receive money instantly? Yes, he did. Now, let's say LeDwan opened up an account for mom. Mom's going to do the exact same thing. Is mom going to receive instantly? Yes, she is. When dad, when he does it, is he going to receive instantly? Yes, he is. Money. When coworker does it, is coworker going to receive instantly? Yes, they are. Church, yes. Church member, yes. See, when I was in network marketing, folks, everybody's results was connected to maybe, meaning that when you bought the product or you got involved with the service, you didn't make money until you either sold something or you recruited. We're literally here. We're running a strategy. We're running a play together that allows us to give, share, and everyone's going to receive. Okay? So now watch this. This is the other part of the automation. So when LP opened up an account, immediately he received, right? LeDwan. Okay? When mom did the exact same thing, she received instantly. But guess what else happened? More money, let me move this out of the way. More money went to LeDwan when mom did that. So put another dollar sign. Okay? Mom opened up an account for dad, right? What happened? When dad did it, dad received instantly. But guess what else happened when dad did the execution? Mom received more money. Oh, and LeDwan received more money. Dad opened up an account for coworker. When coworker did it, coworker made more money, or coworker made money instantly, right? But guess what also happened when coworker did it? More money went to dad, more money went to mom, and more money goes to LeDwan. Because they remember, every time an account opens, transactions take place, it's going to serve as ongoing residual cash flow that scales. Why is it scaling? Because it's always multiplying by 3. So when you open up 3 accounts, that was 3 individuals that said, I'm going to commit to doing the exact same thing, that they're only going to have to do it one time. What consists of opening up an account? First name, last name, email address, phone number, assign a token. Done. Now, because you open up for three accounts for 3 individuals or 3 charities or 3 whatever, okay, then that's 3 now. So that 3 then grows to what? Because those 3 are going to open up for 3 of their friends. Or if we know, all the same people, we can line it up, because that's how we do churches, where we set the church up top and then everything else thereafter. Okay. Now, but this is what I want to nip in the bud. We are not this. You're not seeing this. See, you're not seeing this, meaning that all the money just goes to the top. Where these people, they do a lot of work, but until they're able to duplicate, do the same thing the person at the top is doing, then they'll receive. See, that takes skill set. Okay. And also, too, these people hear results, okay, or these people hear what they do, it doesn't benefit anybody over there. And vice versa. Whatever they do doesn't benefit anybody over there. It only benefits who? Person at the top. Trust me, I know. And then if you got to wait on different positions before people receive money, right? Then that's called delayed gratification. And that's why this has a very, very low success rate. It's not me, it's the stats, okay? But what are you seeing here? You're seeing, as accounts open, are you seeing just one person receive money, or are you seeing every person receive money and their money going up? So watch. So now coworker brings in church, okay? Church does the execution. What I want you guys to see, and what I love, is that with your initial participation, you are receiving money. Everybody does have that. Everyone that makes a decision receives immediately. So, but now that the church has done it, guess what? More money goes to the coworker, more money goes to dad, more money goes to mom, more money goes to LeDwan. So see, it's just not LeDwan. It's just not mom. It's just not dad. It's just not coworker. Church then brings in church members. Church members get involved. What happens? They receive instantly. But what else happens? More money to the church, more money to the coworker, more money to dad, more money to mom, more money to LeDwan. That's going to happen every single time. And you're noticing it's cash flow getting to the hands of everybody. Let me say that again. It is cash flow getting it to everybody, because we're all sharing in the benefits and the profits and the royalties. Which then brings me to this here. Okay? Because we have to see what's been out there to really, really appreciate the magnitude, if you're not already understanding the magnitude already, okay? I just have to break these things down. Now, remember, this is a cooperative, okay? Now, I brought Google up to assist me, because many times just you hearing me, you're just thinking, oh, well, I'm always going to say the right things because, I want you guys to get in. Guys, listen, this is going to be what the world does, okay? When you're seeing and taking notice that all people got to do is just open up an account, they're going to get their friends and family, everyone that they have, because you're going to see many people are doing other means of trying to raise funds, okay? Or generate cash flow, or run a business, or, to do real estate projects, bigger ministry work. Whatever your reason is for morning, more funding, and whatever that amount, it don't matter, okay? Because here, we're coming together cooperatively. Now, I brought up this word cooperative.
Cooperative.
Involving mutual assistance and working toward a common goal. This is Google here. Also, cooperative means a farm, business, or other organization, watch this, which is owned and run jointly by its members. Now, who runs this? All those that come involved. We're governing that. This is why I like that. We're determining the outcome. And since the outcome is based on choice and not chance, see, all you have to do is make the decision, do I want cash flow or no? Or do I want cash flow coming into those that I know, that I'm connected to, and then to understand that everyone's cash flow is not only going to come in just once, but repeatedly, over and over and over again, because we're not subject to any saturation either, folks. Guys, I get fired up. I'm really just finding it real, I'm really containing myself because this thing just blows my mind every time I talk about it. Now, I need to read the word unavoidable. Now, I know we all know the definition of these words. Doug, why are you showing us these words? We know that because, guys, seeing brings major consciousness. So this is this word.
Unavoidable.
Unavoidable, not able to be avoided, prevented, or ignored, inevitable.
Unavoidable.
Okay. Your results here are unavoidable. This goes for everybody. This goes for everybody, not just people at the top, every single person. So again, another church member can be a part of this, all church members. So just understand, every individual knows other individuals who know other individuals who know other individuals. This is how Cash App and all these other companies that are making multi-billions of dollars, because we're bringing our economic value, they're getting it from us. We're bringing our economic value over there because we all have wallets with them. And every time transactions take place in their business, the cash flow is going to them. They're not sharing it with us. But if another church member came involved, what's going to happen? When that church member does it, instantly, they're going to receive. Hold on, let me stop my screen share. When that other church member comes and does it, what's going to happen? They're going to instantly receive, instantly. But what else is going to happen? Okay? More money is going to this church member. More money is going to this church. More money is going to this coworker. More money is going to dad. More money is going to mom. More money is going to John. Now, let me go back and share my screen. So I'll go over the words. Guys, this right here, folks, this is the word. The mindset is cooperative. That means it's strategy. We're coming together so we can divorce every man being on his own. We're not that deal. Everyone that gets brought into this, all they have to do is do the execution, and they're going to immediately receive. And then as they bring in others that do the execution, they're going to immediately receive, and the people prior are going to receive more. And that continues to strategically duplicate and move forward with that same automation performing every time. So now, I like to bring this website up here because this is called businessfromhome.org, okay? This website here is what I call the Oscars of the home-based business arena. But if you understand about the home-based business arena, it has a very, very, very low percentage of success rate. Roughly around about 3%. Now, it's debatable. Some feel it's less than that or whatever. But I do know there's a 97% revolving door. And whatever those reasons are, I believe because in most cases, it requires, there again, a skill set. It's going to require a skill set in order for most people to win at it, okay? Skill set. It's going to require a skill set. And when things require a skill set, right, then it's going to sort of limit who's going to do it. Because not everybody has, or not everybody has the time or whatever the case may be, okay? So let me minimize that. So when you see these people at the upper echelons of the cash flow that are receiving the residuals, okay? The reason why I want to point this out because it has a low percent success rate, okay? That's why you primarily see when you go from company to company to company, it's pretty much always the same faces. And so when you got like 97% of people that drive, go to these meetings and go to these, annual functions, and things of that nature, they do all that, but yet, okay, because it requires those levels of skill set and personal development that some people just don't maybe have the time to be able to be a part of. But here's another point. These businesses are subject to saturation. That's the major piece. So a lot of times you see these big leaders, they'll make a whole lot of money because they got in first. Okay? They got in first, they got positions, because they always talk about timing and positioning. Okay? And once the recruiting aspect of it slows down because nobody's really offering a product to be sold in most cases, that's why they're on and off to the next company, because their money's going to start ceasing and slowing down. So let me go over here to a new project and go ahead and pump and dump that after so many years. Guys, I've been involved in 18 years. I've seen it. I've worn a t-shirt. I know the environment. Okay. Now, another thing is a lot of people do a GoFundMe in order to receive funding. But I want you guys to see, GoFundMe has done over $15 billion. That's how much they totally raised. A lot of people are not even aware of this information. But watch this, 50 million people have done a GoFundMe. Now, I've never done one, but I've gone to many different groups. I see many people that post their GoFundMe. And what I do know is that the statistics say that 85% of people that do any type of traditional type fundraiser, whether if it's a church, a nonprofit, a charity, a foundation, a booster club, 85% of people don't hit their funding goals. It's not a spiritual thing. It's just what it is, okay? 85%. Now, here's another one. 65 to 70% don't even cross over 25% or whatever the goal is. Okay. Now, I'm not trying to bring doom and gloom. I'm just saying this is what worldwide as society, these are the statistics. So rather, if you may have favor in a situation, or you may be someone that just knows a whole bunch of people that you can, put your campaign or your reason for funds in front of folks, and you can, get as much money you need. Or if you're somebody that's well connected to a pastor, and pastor is seeing y'all's effort in the church, and he's able to speak over you because he's a person of influence, and because hey, I understand the principle. What you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. I totally am a 100% believer in that. Okay, but why not have a monetary system, unlike our current monetary system, to where the wealth gap is so far and so spread it out, okay, to where those that are the least are always subject to stuff that's going on, and they're always robbing Peter to pay Paul. Why not, if there's a situation where we can come together as a collective global community and now have everyone's financial need or financial desire or financial purpose met? This is why this project is so incredible. Because as we're taking it from church to church to church, speaking to people to people to people, cash flow is being generated to everyone and getting to the hands of everyone, not just one or a few. This is the most benevolent operation that I've ever seen for the masses on planet Earth. And yes, it's legitimate. It's been around now for 11 years, okay? 11 years, okay? The CEO, he's actually been putting this together for the last 20. Okay? And he's never had an uninterrupted time of anyone receiving money, ever. You have 24-hour, 7 days a week access to your money, okay? Now, let's get back to here, okay? Remember, LeDuan, $30. So now what I want to do, I want to go back to the login screen again. Now I'm going to go to East St. Peter's, okay? I'm going to East St. Peter's now, okay? East St. Peter's, just like LeDuan's account started, 0. Just like Pastor Scott's account started, 0. Okay? I'm going to come down here, do the exact same thing. So now I'm going to put in, let's do Pastor Tony. Pastor Tony. Oh, got to do that email. At coopcf.com. Okay. And I'm going to do Rose Gold at coopdemo.net. Okay, and we're gonna let's put in a business. John's Barber Clinic, Barber School. Let's do that. Let's see if he wants to start a school. John's Barber School. Because there again, guys, yes, we can involve businesses. coopcf.com. So, all zeros across the top for East St. Peter's. This is just as if East St. Peter's just opened up an account for Pastor Tony. Open up, oops. Okay, can I just do that? Hold on. Just made a mistake on that. I was supposed to copy it and I end up pasting the email address I had already. Copy, there we go. So I'm gonna do invite. Please tell me, how fast is money getting to everyone? Instantly, guys. Instantly. No guesswork here. Nobody had to wait on no rotation. Performs every time because it's digitally on the blockchain. Now I'm gonna log back. I'm gonna go back into Pastor Scott, right? Because he opened up the account for East St. Peter's, correct? So go back to the login screen. Pastor Scott. Remember, Pastor Scott was at 26.25 and 262.50. Pastor Scott is now at $30 and $300 down here. This is instant withdrawable money. This is not points. This is not volume. Not network marketing. Okay. Not only did Pastor Scott receive money, but who else? So who started this? It was LeDuan. So let's go back. So let's go to LeDuan. Remember, LeDuan was at 30 and 300, just like you see in Pastor Scott. Let's go to LeDuan. LeDuan right here. LeDuan has more money every single time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just opening up digital accounts. All we're doing is just opening up digital accounts by putting in 3 names of information that you're only required to do 1 time. Okay. Now, let's go back to the login screen. Now we're going to go into Pastor Tony. Okay. Pastor Tony. Okay, yeah, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Yeah. All right. So, Pastor Tony, all zeros, just like you saw with LeDuan, just like you saw with Pastor Scott, just like you saw with East St. Peter's. Tell you, when we take these to the churches, it's going to be fire. That's my slang word for the day. I learned that from the young people. It's going to be fire. Won't you just really just gain the magnitude of how many lives this is going to impact? Again, we are coming together as a cooperative universe.
Cooperative.
A cooperative universe. A cooperative, also known as a cooperative, co-op, is an autonomous, is a autonomous association of persons united voluntarily to meet their common economic, social, and cultural needs and aspirations through a jointly owned and democratically controlled enterprise. Guys, I told you I'm going to be thorough, okay? Because I believe in total 1,000% transparency and letting you guys see the magnitude of how incredible this is. Now, I want to say this. Well, no, let me finish the accounts first. So I'm in Pastor Tony. So Pastor Tony, I know he has a ministry. So we're going to put in a place of restoration ministries. Okay. A PRM, a place of restoration ministries. 266 at coopcf.com. Okay. We're going to put in a couple more others here. Let's do a nonprofit, girls, youth and development. NP for nonprofit, girls, youth, development, nonprofit at coopcf.com. Let's just put in cancer awareness. You don't have to be a great cancer awareness charity. You don't have to be the best typer in order to do this. At coopcf.com. Okay. Again, this is just as if Pastor Tony is opening up an account for a place restoration ministries, girls, youth, and development, and cancer awareness charity. He's only going to do this one time as required. And just like the accounts previously, Pastor Tony, see his name at the top, instantly, this cooperative is going to reward everyone, all the time, every time, without fail. Let's log off as Pastor Tony. This will be my last account that I do, because you guys can see what's happening here. No one's money or royalties is waiting on things to happen. Anytime and every time it's done, money's coming to everyone. This is going to have people receiving ongoing cash flow daily as this thing continues to grow with the network effect. Okay, so let's go to log in. Okay. Let's go back into, what was it? East Peters, okay? That opened up an account for Pastor Tony, right? East Peters, how much? There it is. They were at 26.25 and 262.50. Now they're at 330. This is instant withdrawable money. Okay, let's go to Pastor Scott. Pastor Scott, right here. Remember, he was at 300 and he was at 30 as well. Pastor Scott, more money. Notice you haven't added any more accounts. Same 3, nothing more. Let's go back to the login screen. We see these results here. So this was LaDuan's results. He was at 337.50 and 33.75, which is where Pastor Scott is now. Go to log in. Pastors, I am willing. Church leaders, I am willing. We can meet face to face. I can come to the church. I can do the presentation that I do because that's where I know that I'm going to be having my greatest work. I'm already doing it, okay? And it's exploding. Yes, I'll come to your church. I can do a demonstration, okay? Show you how we game plan it out, okay? And just have this thing creating so much pandemonium, getting people to where they have cash flow that's paying off their mortgages, that's paying off all their monthly expenses, and having them to be able to even generate, build sustainable wealth, if that's a goal of theirs, okay? Pay off some maybe medical debt, okay? Pay off some back child support, okay? It's gonna be cash flow that's gonna allow people to have that and be able to do that. And I'm gonna be up front and center, screaming from the rooftops, helping every single church that God opens up for me to go in and share this information with. There's never been anything more straightforward than this that I've seen. So let's go to LaDuan. And you're going to see LaDuan. Oh, now they want me to do fire hydrants. Okay, no problem. Bus, okay. Chimney, there is no chimney. Is there a chimney? Let's skip that. Okay, I ain't see no chimney. And LaDuan, more money every time. Has LaDuan opened up any more accounts? No. Okay, not at all. Now, guys, I want to go here real quick. Now, this is the statistic. This is not Douglas Ford. I found this because this is why this is ingenious about this platform. Okay, I want people to see that there's a chart here that talks about the success rate of different industry. The below chart shows us the MLM success rate, which is widely ignored by the whole industry. Okay, we're not MLM, folks, because with MLM, okay, because results are based on skill set and based on chance and based on people being able to sell or recruit, okay, that's why the percentage of the success rate is very low. Now, there are other things that have a higher success rate, but I really want to point out this thing that has 100% success rate. You guys see the name of it, right? You want to know why the success rate of that is so high? Because of this. Their results that they receive every week or every 1st and 15th or every other week or however often they receive their paycheck, the result of them putting in the hours and whatever they make per hour, they are receiving a result with absolute certainty. That is why many of them go, even when maybe they don't like the job so much, they don't really like the folks that they work with, but they know there's going to be a predictable, my result is going to be connected to absolute certainty. All I have to do is put in the time that is required of me, whether that's 40 hours, 50 hours, whatever is designed between you and your employer. But the principle is your success in this is with absolute certainty. Ladies and gentlemen, what if absolute certainty came to everybody's residual cash flow? Folks, you're looking at it right now for the first time in human history, because our results are connected to absolute certainty. And I just showed you. You didn't see me go into anybody's account. And when they performed the execution, you saw everybody receive. And everybody that had an account prior, or that did the execution prior to the new person, when the new person did it, they received instantly, and everyone prior received more money. That's going to happen every single time. So your results are not going to be predicated on the goodwill of others. It's not going to be relied upon any prejudice or any biasness. See, that's what's wrong in the crowdfund activity, is that most people have their own reasons for funding and their own causes that they want money for. And so they're going to put a priority over their needs and wants most time over someone else's. But when we eliminate that, and by everyone just doing a one-time execution that no one is required to do again in a week or in a month or in a year or 2 years or 50 years, everyone's only required to do it one time, and every new person just does it one time, or every new entity is just only required to do it one time. One time. It's going to generate ongoing residual cash flow that, there again, is
unavoidable
for anybody to receive.
Unavoidable. Unavoidable.
Let me go to my board. I get fired up. I love what I do. Okay, again, I apologize for being transparent. I pride myself on it, because there's so many people that, have been scammed, that have put their money in things, and they didn't get the true desire that they were hoping for. And for whatever reason that may be, I know many times it required a skill set. Okay, so no, this is not crypto trading. This is not no Forex trading. That's all gambling. Okay, where you're putting your money up, allowing somebody to trade your money. Okay, you don't know the brokers. You don't know what the market is going to demand. If the market can even allow you to be paid out whatever it is that you were promised, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5% a day or a week. Why do many of those companies close down? As many as those that start, is because it's subject to the market. And if the market is not, in demand where it can pay out what the company says they're going to pay you out, well, if the company does pay out, where are they getting the money from? They have to get it from the reserve. Well, you know what the reserve is, right? That's the company's money. How long are they going to keep dipping into the reserve until what? The website closes. Or until they say, hey, maintenance issues, we're not able to pay y'all, and send out deposits. That's a red flag for saying, hey, they about to close the doors, pull the rug, and they're going to create another website and do the exact same thing. No gambling here, folks. No gambling. No Susu, no Ponzi, no pyramid scam. Okay? 100% of the money goes into the field, us. 100%. Okay? So we have two, what I call cooperatives. We have two systems intertwined into one. One system is what I call the standard version. The other system is what I call the 10X version. Okay? Now, our strategy, folks, as you saw, everyone's opening up 3 accounts at one time. So let me bring this up. So you are opening up what? 3 accounts, one time. That's step 1. Step 2 is you're having 3 friends do the exact same thing. What? 3 accounts, one time. That's it, folks. This is all the work that's required. Steps 1 and steps 2. And as you can see, when you think about this is why we can be selective. I want us to be selective because we don't want anyone to come in that's not going to do the 2 steps. So the commitment is already to be said even before they get involved. Because if there's no commitment, right, then it's going to stagnate cash flow. When everybody's commitment is to do the 2 steps, what is that going to make out? The outcome is going to be everyone's going to always be in cash flow. And because we're not subject to saturation, we're able to create another account and come back into the system unlimited times, as many times as humanly able. Because this is going to be long-term, given over and wheeled over to the oncoming legacy. This is going to be what the world does. It just makes too much crazy sense. And it's a biblical principle. When we come together, we're better. But no one's been able till this point to be able to monetize it without us being subject to any saturation. That is the ingenious of us leveraging the crowdfund technology that we do. Because how many times can anybody do a GoFundMe account? Unlimited times. We are a crowdfund platform that we're leveraging. We just distribute the money differently. So instead of the money just going to one particular entity, so when you got all these churches, right? Let's say, you know, all these are churches, church, okay? I'm just using churches in this example. When this church receives, let's say this church receives 50,000, right? And maybe this church over here receives 100,000. Now, in the traditional way, in today, right now, if this church received 50,000, right? Okay. Who else would benefit from this 50,000? No one, just this church. If this church raised 100,000, will any of these other churches benefit from that 100K? No, just this church. Bring it over here to our platform. And so it just won't be this church here that benefits from this 100K. Guess what? This church benefits, this church benefits, this church benefits, this church benefits. It won't be just this 50K benefiting that church, but benefiting this church, that church, this church, and this church. So it won't be just one church receiving 50K. It won't be just one church receiving 100K. Every one of them. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Guys, you know, I watch, you know, I'm subscribed to some Instagram channels of church members, just getting into the spirit, getting into their praise. Yes, I love it. But this here, okay, this is a move. You guys know what I mean when I say this is a move. This is what has been released on the earth. And it's going to take a leader like myself to spread the word, scream from the rooftops. I'll be doing presentation upon presentation. I'll be visiting all churches all over the world. I'll be doing Zooms. I do Zooms all the time. I have a YouTube channel. I want you to see this. That, again, I'm screaming this from the rooftops. This is my YouTube channel. I am like everywhere. Okay? You can go to my YouTube channel, Forward Abundance. Just look that up. I'm literally talking about this over and 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 over. it will be what the world does. So remember, just steps 1 and steps 2. That's all anybody's required to do. One single time, okay? Now, so we have 2 versions. Version 1 is a one-time out-of-pocket of $125. Okay? One time. And it's going to depend on what cryptocurrency you use. Now, if you're not able to buy cryptocurrency, it's okay. We have workarounds. We'll find somebody that does have access to buy crypto. You can send them the money and they'll buy the crypto for you. And when they activate the accounts for your 3 friends, they're going to do the same thing. Money's instantly going to come into your account. And I'm going to show you the numbers here in a second. But this is just going to have you receiving from the standard version. And as your money is accumulating, as everyone's money is accumulating, once your money accumulates to over 250, you're then automatically upgraded to the 10X version. Now, most of us start in the 10X version. A lot of churches and nonprofits and charities and individuals too, they start in the 10X. Why? 10X. You're starting off from the beginning, okay, getting the bigger bang for your time, if you would. So it's the same amount of time, you're just receiving 10X the amounts from the start. Now, it is a subscription-based model. But the benefit of that is what? Cash flow. Because everybody's doing either $1 a day or $10 a day, okay? And that is actually contributing to everyone's residual cash flow. So we have a strategy in place. Now, our strategy is this. Please don't lose sight of this. Now, again, we govern it, right? We determine how fast we move this. Now, I want you to see this. In a perfect world, I got to give you the perfect world scenario. In a perfect world, we would like everybody to do this within 24 hours. What? The 2 steps. So we're going to receive from 10 generations. That's basically 10 levels. We're going to receive from 10 generations. Everyone is only required to do this one time. The 3 accounts, one time. So every 24 hours, right? The new people are doing it. So this is a perfect scenario I'm giving. This is not what's happening right now, but trust me when I tell you, it's going to be happening. But I want you to see. Now, please don't lose sight of this, guys. Everyone is only doing this 3 accounts one time. Everybody's only doing that. So what I'm saying is not going to. It really shouldn't be out of the belief scope. And what I'm going to show you is how in 10 days. So I'm going to do it from the standard version. So in the first 24 hours, when you do this, what is going to go into your account? $26. That's day 1. Right? So we're going to do day 2, day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are y'all seeing this? 10 days. Okay? Because it's doing what? Every 24 hours. So now, the next group of people. So obviously it's going to be more people. Why? Because it started with you, 1, and then to 3. Okay? But it don't matter. See, the numbers here don't matter. These numbers here matter. Why? Because everyone that sees this is doing this. So everyone is starting from the top when they start. So this is respective to everyone's next 10 days. Your 10 days is going to start after LeDwan, Rod, because he was in first, and then you 24 hours later found out about it. And then you started your 10-day process. And then the people after you are obviously going to be, their 10 days going to start after you, which was 48 hours from LeDwan getting started. 48 hours ago. I'm just trying to make it sense. So these folks are going to do it, what? 3 accounts, 1 time within 24 hours. That's going to represent you, because remember, they're going to receive 26, but that's going to bring you up to what? 38. Again, this could be a church. This could be a nonprofit. This could be a charity. It could be whatever. Foundation, booster club, individual. So that's day 1. That's day 2. Day 3. What are those people going to do? 3 accounts, 1 time. What's that going to represent for you? $87. This is just the standard version I'm talking about here. Okay. Everybody did 125. 1 time. What's going to happen in the next? So we're talking about in day 4. Okay. Those people are going to do what? 3 accounts, 1 time. That's going to mean for you on day 4, $249. Day 5, what are those people going to do? 3 accounts, 1 time. What's that going to represent for you by day 5? $538. What's going to happen 24 hours later? Those people are going to do what? 3 accounts, 1 time. What's going to happen? What's that going to represent for you by day 6? $1,791. That's day 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's day 6. Sorry. Day 6. So we're day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. So we're on day 7. What are those people here going to do? 3 accounts, 1 time. What's that going to represent for you? Watch this. 4,000. I think it's, I can't remember the actual amount. Hold on, let me see. Let me go to, $4,183. That's 7 days in. Now, what are these next people going to do? 3 accounts, 1 time. See, nobody was required to do any more than this. Nobody did any more than this, but everybody was just doing it every 24 hours. I mean, excuse me, not everybody. All new people, every 24 hours were coming in, just doing this. 3 accounts, 1 time. So I'm literally showing you in the next 10 days, with a perfect case scenario, everyone doing it in 24 hours or less. What you're looking at. So that's day 7. So day 8, what are those people going to do? 3 accounts, 1 time. And when I say what are those people going to do, that's the brand new people of the friends of whoever the last folks that were involved. So everyone again is just doing steps 1 and 2. They did it, and then 3 friends did it. The next group, they did it, 3 friends did it. The next group, they did it, 3 friends did it. The next group, they did it, 3 friends did it. This is all that's taking place. But yet, this is money that's accumulating for you. So, the next group are going to do what? 3 accounts, 1 time. What are they going to receive? What is that going to represent for you? $10,000. $744. Every time accounts open, everyone's money is increasing. Everyone's going to does the same thing only 1 time. Everybody's going to receive the same way. I'm just doing it with everyone doing it in 24 hours or less. Day 9, okay? Day 9. Now, typically, I don't even show the money this far because what I'm about to show you goes over a lot of people's head. But guys, this is going to happen by automation because you can't stop this. Nobody can stop this with everybody just doing the execution. This doesn't stop because we're not bringing anybody in that's not going to commit to doing the 3 accounts that they only are required to do one time. So if we're not bringing in anyone that is not going to do the low barrier of entry with the low barrier of execution, then they're just saying they don't want cash flow. You a church that just says, I don't want cash flow like this. When you saw in the system, when you do this, that this 26 coming to your account instantly. When the next person did this, did 26 come in their account instantly. And when they did it, did not the previous person money go up? Yes, it did. So you argue with me if the system, there's no speculation, as I said. There's no maybe. There's no possibility it will or possibility it won't. When you do this and your 3 friends do that, this is inevitable. This is unavoidable. This is inevitable. This is unavoidable. Day 9. Unavoidable result of those doing the same thing that everybody else has done one time brings you an unavoidable cash flow of $42,729. That's what everybody that only done. This is from everyone doing a one-time out-of-pocket of $125. This is from everybody doing a one-time out-of-pocket of $125. This is from everybody that is involved, because this is happening for everyone's respective 10 days. That's why I wrote I wrote these different things, because it doesn't matter. When you start, everyone doing it within 24 hours, a perfect situation. Everyone taking 24 hours, this being done, this execution being done every 24 hours with new people, with a person doing it and their 3 friends, or they can bring in 3 churches, or they can bring in 3 whatever. You're opening up. See, because we're paying it forward, we dictate it. Because we're paying it forward, because we're giving, that universal principle is happening. But it's going to be in monetary form. To give, opening up 3 accounts, and receive, because the system is going to say money's going to come to you every time. Day 10. You're looking at $175,589. And everyone's respective 10 days, when everyone new have done the one-time execution with every 24 hours. Is there a person that you know that wouldn't want this result? Because again, all I've ever said, did you ever hear me say somebody had to do more than 3 accounts one time? No, you didn't. Did you ever hear me say that somebody had to do 3 accounts more than one time? No, you didn't. Did you ever hear me say that anybody had to do 3 accounts more than once? No. So that's why we want the commitment level to do this, because a person's either telling you that it's going to come together cooperatively and say, yes, I want to, or no, if they don't, that's fine. We want the 3 people that are going to do it. That's it. There is no, there is no maybe. Because we know the system is going to perform 100% of the time. So we just want the decision, yes or no. Right? Got it. So that's a perfect case scenario. That's a perfect case scenario. Now, I'm going to show the 10X version. But in the 10X version, I'm not going to do it based on everybody doing it every 24 hours. I'm going to do it based on everybody doing it 3 days or less. Say I'm extending it now, 72 hours. But there again, because we dictate it, we control the outcome, we can do 24, 24 hours is gonna be done. It's gonna take those that just like kill all the trepidation and the thoughts and remove all the thinking. This is gonna happen. And so what I would say, don't think for everybody else, just execute. This is not a production-based operation. This is just simply execute. So you just want to look for 3 that say, oh, I want money like this. Now, I'm gonna do the 10X version. Now remember, some people start here, some people have you upgrade from the standard and are receiving over here as their money accumulates. But even though you're receiving from the 10X, everyone is still receiving from the standard version. Whether they upgraded over here or started here, they're still receiving from both. Okay? Now, this is going to be a one-time out of pocket of $410. One time. And that's going to be depending upon what cryptocurrency you use. Make sense? Now, so this is how this ingenious thing looks. So I'm not going to go 10 levels over here because there again, I'm only going to go to 18 days. So this is everybody's respective 18 days. Again, it could be a church, okay? It could be a nonprofit. It could be a charity. It doesn't matter, okay? It could be a booster club, a BC. It could be an individual, right? Doesn't matter. So we're going to say in this example, this is a church. It's church 1. Okay, let's put names to it. I'll make it personal. This is East St. Peter's. East St. Peter's, ESP. Okay. So what's going to happen? ESP is going to do what? Open up 3 accounts. What? One time. Okay. Move this out of the way. Okay, so you guys know what was there, right? It's going to be in the way of the numbers. So you open up 3 accounts. It can be for 3 churches. It can be for 3 whoever. It can be church members that we put over here. But this is everyone doing the 10X version, which is what? $410 one time. Okay? Now, so when you do this or when this happens, they do the exact same thing. What's going to happen is that's going to instantly deposit 260. Notice it's 10X. So it's not 26 now, it's 260. Okay. So that's going to be, you're going to do that in 3 days. So I'm going to put a 3 here. This is now, instead of every 24 hours, I moved the time frame. Let's do it 3 days or less. So these folks right here, these are 3 individuals. We're going to make this, one of these individuals, we're going to make Pastor Scott. Pastor Scott, and of course there's 2 other people here too. But what are they going to do? 3 accounts. How many times? 1 time. 3 accounts, 1 time. See, when I put a line here, that line simply means East St. Peter's is not required to open up any more accounts. East St. Peter's is not required to come out of any more money out of pocket. Same here. Pastor Scott did the same thing. He's not going to have to come out of any more money out of pocket. He's not going to be required to open up any more accounts. Pastor Scott did the same thing the church did. What is Pastor Scott going to receive? 260. What's the automation? Remember, every time this happens, 10 people prior receive. So 380 for the church. Remember, they did nothing else. And remember, everyone's still receiving from the standard version. So that's going to be 6 days, respectively. All right? They did it in 3. They did it in 3. 3 and 3 is 6. What's going to happen here? They're going to do it. That's going to represent what? 9 days. They're doing it what? 1 time. Okay? This group. So let's say over here, we're going to make it personal. Say this is Pastor Tony. Pastor Tony is over here. Okay? Guys, the same thing is going to happen in the standard version. I'm showing you the 10X. And I'm doing it every 3 days instead of every 24 hours. And that's not, so watch what happens. So we're going to say this is going to be, what is it called? Place of restoration. I'm going to do PRM. Place of restoration. Ministries. Okay? What's going to happen to Pastor Tony? 260. As a result, what's going to happen to Pastor Scott? 380. As a result, what's going to happen to East St. Peter's? 870. Again, everyone, Pastor Tony, Pastor Scott, East St. Peter's, still receiving from the standard version. Place of Restoration Ministries and the other group that's here, because there's more people than just this. I'm just using a name to make it personal, but the same flow is going to happen for everyone. So these groups are going to do what? The exact same thing. How many times? One. Let's say this is a church member or church members. Church member 1, church member 2, church member 3. Okay? This is going to represent 12 days. What's going to happen to the Place of Restoration Ministries? 260. What's going to happen to Pastor Tony? 380. What's going to happen to Pastor Scott as a result? 870. What's going to happen to East St. Peter's? 2,490. Day 15. These church members. Okay, we're going to set up other church members. Church member, church member, church member. 4, 5, and 6. Okay? They're only doing it one time. What's going to happen to church member 1, 2, and 3? They're all receiving 260. What's happening to Place of Restoration? 380. What's happening to Pastor Tony? 870. What's happening to Pastor Scott? 2,490. What's happening to the East St. Peter's? 5,380. That's going to represent day 15. Now, I'm just going to go to day 18. It does keep going. But I want to do day 18 because I don't want to overcook your grits and overload you. Okay? But I want you people to see, okay, $5,000, okay, 15 days, respectively, to when one starts. Obviously, Pastor Scott, his 15 days is going to be 3 days after these guys. Why? They got started 3 days before or less. They probably, I mean, yes, you can do it in the same, guys, you saw, I just went to everybody's account and it was the same day today, right? So, watch this. So, we're what? Day 18. They're going to do the same thing. Everyone just did this, guys. Everyone. You didn't see me say anybody opened up more than 3 accounts. You didn't hear me say anybody had to do this more than one time. Everybody in this only did it one time. And it represented 18 days later. Okay? So that's why I say it's respectively to everyone when they start. I'm drawing out the infrastructure of a game plan of everybody doing this 3 days or less. Since maybe 10 days may, you know, many of you guys say, well, that's a perfect world. This is 18 days. This is everybody doing it 3 days now instead of every 24 hours. Folks, it can all be done in the same day. In the same day. What's going to happen? 260 for these people. It's unavoidable. What's going to happen for each of these people? 380. Unavoidable. It's going to happen. Okay. Place Registration Ministries, 870. And to others that are there too. Here, Pastor Tony, $2,490. Pastor Scott, $5,380. East St. Peter's, $17,910 of ongoing residual cash flow. You're receiving that church receiving it every 28 days. That's only 18 days respectively. Everyone that made the decision did it within 3 days or less. So that's it. That's all I have to share. And so I'm working with LaDwan. Pastors, if you want me to come out and do this presentation in front of your leaders, I'll do it. I'll even do the same demonstration that I just did in this video. What I would recommend, share it. You have this video, but like I said, I know people like to see me live. That's fine. Okay, that's what I'm doing right now. So we can get on each other's calendar, okay? See what works, a good date, okay? And I'll just come in, bring my whiteboard with me, and just share. So that's it. It's been my plum-pleasing pleasure to bring you this information. I look forward to going on this journey with all of us. We're going to impact the world in a major way from a cash flow perspective, and now get cash flow into the hands of every human being possible, so they won't have to worry anymore and be in financial stress about having cash flow come in, okay? No one's having to sell juices. No one's having to, do any Herculean effort. We're just opening up digital accounts, just like we're already doing with Cash App, just like we're already doing with Venmo. Okay, let me show you this. So I think this is important. Let you guys understand these big companies that we are generating the revenue for them, okay? But they're not sharing any of the profit with us, right? And so let me go down here, move this out of the way. Let me see, I got it right here, right? Here it is right here, okay? I want y'all to see this. See, Cash App. Cash App, 2021, guys, has done over $2.7 billion. That's 2.7 with a B, okay? $2.7 billion, okay? 2.7. Look, in 2016, they started with 3 million users. And as the network effect continued to develop, now look at them. They're from 3 million in 2016 to 2021, 44 million folks. That's the you and I's. And people, and right now, from what I know, Cash App is only in America and also United Kingdom. Okay? That's it. But see, when transactions and deposits take place, right, it's cash flow for the crowdsources of Cash App. They don't share any of that with us, although we bring our economic value over there. Same thing with Venmo, same thing with Coinbase. Coinbase does over $330 billion every quarter. That's one company. We're talking about us now, sharing in our own economic value. Everyone's only opening up 3 accounts one time. Last slide, and I promise it's over. I promise. See, y'all can tell I'm a preacher's kid. Anytime I say I'm about to close, that's another 15, 20 minutes, right? Because I want to read this to you. The best cash flow generating system ever. It's your money. We've developed Co-op Wallet, which is our online digital bank. 100% of the royalties are distributed to members. Remember, it just wasn't one person receiving. It's all distributed to all of us as accounts continue to open and transactions take place. Anytime, all the time, every time from this day forward. Securely store your royalties and withdraw them when you want. Royalties are immediately paid directly to your Co-op wallet. Can't overlook that one. You saw money going directly into everyone's account immediately, okay? Quickly build and scale predictable, ongoing residual cash flow. You gain a sellable asset through your business ownership. No limits to anything. Your business is automated using our artificial intelligence upon completing 2 simple steps that everyone is only required to do 1 time ever. Never needing to do it in a week, in a month, in 2 months, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 1 single time ever. It's a choice, it's not a chance. It's not maybe you'll receive money or maybe not. It's not perhaps you'll receive money, perhaps not. No, folks, when you make the decision to do the 2 steps, that's only required to be done 1 time. You and 3 friends. Y'all can do it every 24 hours. You can do it within 24 hours. You can do it within an hour. You can do it within 72 hours, 3 days. That's our game plan. So that's it. We just won't see you at the top. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you over the top. What we're also doing, we have our own Facebook group where we do the advertising and the marketing. You can bring people into our community. We're always in there streaming live and doing live Zooms to where we're doing the presentation in a professional form. I'm not this thorough. I'm only this thorough because I knew LeBron said he wanted something to be put in front of the pastors. And again, I want to be thorough so you guys can see all the dynamics of why this thing is so freaking amazing, okay? Douglas Ford, I'm out. Take care and God bless. I look forward to working with you guys and being on this journey together real soon.